Hello, I'm Dylan, and this is Psyched for Psych. Today we're going to be doing an overview of personality disorders and the differences between them. People with personality disorders have a long-standing pattern of thinking and behaving in ways that differ from what society considers to be normal. These patterns also range across different personal and social situations such as work, school, and family life. Personality disorders differ from normal personality by the presence of distress, impairment, and dysfunction as a result of maladaptive personality characteristics. Personality disorders are formed through experiences or they're genetically inherited, always blaming the parents. Since personality in general is relatively stable over time, personality disorders can be noticed in early life and generally persist without much change. Personality disorders are notoriously difficult to treat, but some newer therapies, such as dialectical behavioral therapy, has had some success. Unlike other mental disorders like anxiety and depression, personality disorders are generally hidden to the person affected by it, but readily apparent to those around the person. There are 10 personality disorders recognized by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual within 3 distinct clusters. These clusters are creatively referred to as cluster A, B, and C. No mnemonics needed. The first cluster, cluster A, is the eccentric cluster, and this is home to paranoid personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and schizoid personality disorder. Schizoid, it's an age-old debate. These cluster A disorders are characterized by having odd or peculiar presentations. Paranoid personality disorder is characterized by distrust and suspiciousness, such that others' motives are interpreted as being malevolent. This distrust is not limited to strangers, but is often projected on family members and loved ones as well. People with paranoid personality disorder can be quite angry and callous towards other people because of their unjustified yet rigid beliefs about other people's motives. Schizotypal personality disorder is described as a pattern of acute discomfort with relationships, cognitive perceptual distortions, and eccentric behaviors. People with this disorder tend to have very strange and almost magical beliefs, and they tend to be superstitious. It is also a risk factor for psychosis and schizophrenia, as about 30% of young people that are diagnosed with schizotypal personality disorder pick up a diagnosis of schizophrenia later in life. Schizoid or schizoid personality disorder is characterized by a detachment from social relationships and a restricted range of emotional expression. People with this disorder are typically not even interested in romantic relationships. However, some of them can form attachments to animals. No one can resist this phase. The second cluster, cluster B, is known as the dramatic cluster, and it's home to antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. Some might call this the presidential cluster. The main features of cluster B disorders are intense, unstable emotions and distorted self-image. Antisocial personality disorder is characterized by a disregard for and the violation of the rights of others. So it's no wonder that the highest concentration of people affected by this are in prisons. These individuals are good at identifying weaknesses in others and exploiting those weaknesses for their own gains. Borderline personality disorder is characterized by instability in interpersonal relationships, self-image, affect, as well as severe impulsivity. People with this disorder have a hard time maintaining close relationships and often end up wavering between loving and hating individuals in their lives. Histrionic personality disorder is characterized by a pattern of excessive emotionality and attention seeking. These are typically the divas that can't get enough of flaunting their own greatness. Narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by grandiosity, need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. These people are willing to be immoral or even criminal to get what they want, even if it's at the expense of other people. The final cluster C, is the anxious cluster, and this is home to avoidant personality disorder, dependent personality disorder, and obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. People with these disorders are often nervous or fearful. Avoidant personality disorder is characterized by social withdrawal, a sense of inadequacy, and hypersensitivity to negative evaluations. They believe that they're being constantly judged by other people and often reserve themselves to their homes. Dependent personality disorder is characterized by a pattern of submissiveness and clinginess that's caused by an excessive need to be taken care of by others. They are unsure of their decisions and elect to have someone else make their decisions for them. Obsessive-compulsive personality disorder is characterized by a pattern of preoccupation with orderliness, perfectionism, and control. The difference between this personality disorder and obsessive-compulsive disorder is that the personality disorder is much more pervasive in the person's life, and the fixations serve a much more practical purpose. For example, a person with obsessive-compulsive disorder might lock their door 5 times when they leave the house or have some ritual that they enact, when they have a bad thought, but those with obsessive-compulsive personality disorder often demand control over important aspects of their lives, often for the goal of success. So that's going to wrap it up for today. That was 3 clusters and 10 disorders explained. If you believe that this video is invaluable to you, please consider dropping a like or subscribing. Thank you for watching. I'm Dylan, and this is Psych for Psych.